got to be on top of your game. You got to train hard, and it's been an eye-opener for me racing these guys. They're no joke. They last the whole moto fine. You got to realize, like, you got to push till the end and not give up.
When the lights come on at Daytona, for some reason Eli Tomac shows up every time.
Guys hating on me, just like, let's just go do better then. Let's just keep trying to prove these guys wrong every weekend.
Detroit was a little dramatic. So when you want to win that bad, things are going to happen, whether it's your teammate or not.
If I have a chance to win, I'm going to take that chance, you know. If it's a main event, last lap, I'm going to take that chance, you know.
Coming in, though, with Hayden, we knew he was good. We didn't know how good he would be on these speedway-style tracks. Our decision to have Hayden ride East Coast Supercross was primarily just because he needed the experience, and he needed the gate drops, and he needed to feel what the pressure felt like, and just all those things that come with racing under a crowd of 40 to 60,000 people. You know, he's responded extremely well to that. Doesn't seem to faze him. And I don't know if that's just from, you know, he grew up with a camera in his face all the time, and he's been in the limelight his entire life, and doesn't seem to really fluster him at all.
Going pro was a big step for me. It was kind of in there after Futures if I was going to go pro in Supercross and start my, you know, pro career, that you'd say, because it'd be my first full season. So the week before is when we decided we're going to go racing. So we got into it, and I wasn't expecting anything crazy the first round, honestly. It was like, we're going to take our time. We're gonna go slow. We're gonna get into this. We're gonna ignore what people say. You know, just start slow. Start work into it. Find your spot. And if you are 10th, that's fine. We're gonna keep working. We're gonna get better. And I went out there and got 4th my first race. So I surprised myself, and I think that was kind of an eye opener that, like, I can run up with these guys.
It's the 8th round of the Monster Energy AMA Supercross Championship from Daytona Beach. For Hayden Deegan, making his pro debut in 2023 was huge for everybody. We've all been waiting, anticipating, and it's finally here. And yesterday he had a chance to tell us what that feeling is like.
Amateur had some fast guys you'd race, but now it's every weekend you're racing the top guys. I think a lot of people, they try to, like, kind of blow over that, like I should be on the podium, like that should be a normal thing. But it's, I mean, it's not. Like, you're racing some fast guys. Like, you got to be on top of your game. You got to train hard, and it's like been an eye opener for me racing these guys. They're no joke. They last the whole moto fine. They go fast the whole moto, and you got to realize, like, you got to push till the end and not give up. And I feel like in amateur racing, though, like, kids would start fading quick, and that's kind of where you would get them a little. And I've always been good with, you know, training hard just to make sure I don't fade at the end of those motos. Just trying to get these long endurance motos and racing these fast guys, just trying to be confident. It wasn't an easy podium, I'll tell you that. I didn't have a great start. I was buried, and I caught my way up to J-Mart to pass for 3rd, made my way into 3rd, and just, I rode really well. I felt super good, and it was just awesome having this fan base where every lap you come around the stadium or the crowd, and they're just cheering, blowing horns, yelling. It's like I'm in 3rd place, you know? I mean, I get it, but, like, usually the winning guys getting yelled at, and 3rd place guys getting yelled at.
If this kid can hold off for the next minute and a half and get a podium, it's going to be a huge victory for him.
Well, absolutely, you know, get the podium at the toughest Supercross track.
Right now, this is so sick. I can hear the crowd every lap. The crowd is so awesome. You guys are sweet.
Let's hear it for him. Hayden Deegan is 3rd.
Yeah, Daytona is an awesome event, period, and obviously going into Daytona, we're always excited because we know that we have the best Daytona rider in history. When the lights come on at Daytona, for some reason, Eli Tomac shows up every time.
Revs up, gate will drop in Daytona. It's the 450 main event.
Leader 15-1, Eli 14-0. By him, let's go. Go, go, go.
That place is one of a kind now, especially being that Eli is tied with Richard Petty, winningest, I don't know if you want to call them drivers, riders, athletes of Daytona. Yeah, I would call Eli the king of Daytona, and to turn around and see the people rushing the stage is awesome.
This is one of the best ones, so thank you, Monsters. You start racing Yamaha for just a beautiful night. Thank you. Let's hear it for Eli Tomac!
Yeah, I mean, Eli had a neck stiffness or cramp, or I don't even know what you really, strain, I guess you can call it, for a good solid probably 3 to 4 weeks of, you know, he just woke up one morning with a sore neck, and it's purely just sleeping wrong on it. And, you know, unfortunately, I think with what these athletes go through, it's not something like if me or you wake up with a sore neck and it just goes away. He just kind of had to deal with it for a while. The sore neck obviously really affected us in Indy, and when you have a track that's gnarly like that, you really have to have everything going for you. And then it did carry into Detroit. It still wasn't 100% at Detroit, and then I think the week after Detroit, it finally got back to 100%.
So Indy was great. You know, everything went smoothly during the day. We had a great weekend. We ended up with Jordan and Nate both on the podium. Was really good. Hayden was close by. I feel like Indy was a really good race for us. I mean, we'll continue to fight for that top step, you know, as much as we possibly can, and keep fighting. This thing ain't over. There's plenty of races left, so we'll just keep fighting for that top step and try to bridge that gap in the points and try to be there at the end. Hunter's riding well and very consistent. I feel like it really hit us early in the season. Obviously, it didn't help that at Houston we had an injury with Nate, and we lost a lot of points there. The following weekend, Jordan lost a lot of points at that race at Tampa. So, you know, we came in behind almost immediately, and it's been a struggle to get back there, you know. I mean, I feel like we need to pressure Hunter, or else he might just walk away with this thing. We've got to be strong, we got to be there, and we got to pressure Hunter and beat him, and I think we'll have a shot at it, for sure.
Once I did, I was right there. I saw you move over and you were missing, which is good. Like, you weren't going to hit the trough. Yeah.
A heat race is, again, you're not doing that for nothing. It's, people like to jump to that, like, he did that for nothing. It's, I mean, when you win a heat race, you make money. Like, it's, you still get something out of a heat race, and it could go both ways. But it was just we were racing back and forth, and I think it would all been well, but kind of we got connected, and I was hitting the main line, and we got together. But besides that, I mean, we're cool now. It's all good. Obviously, with Hayden and Jordan having a little bit of a back and forth in the heat race was disappointing a little bit. Just the way that it all happened. I think Jordan got a little flustered at the end and probably reacted out of, you know, just anger a little bit.
We gotta stop that. Cars is gonna be all over us. We can't be doing this.
I'm sure Smitty's not gonna run me too clean anymore, but if I have a chance to win, I'm gonna take that chance, you know. If it's a main event, last lap, I'm gonna take that chance, you know. Which heat race, you still can win something there. You still get something from that, so I was just trying to win. Overall, I mean, everything was fine. Those guys were able to, you know, squash any kind of drama that, obviously the media played it up to this huge thing. Obviously Jordan more frustrated than Hayden. You know, Jordan's just kind of like, you know, what was that? And it was like, hey, well, this, that, and the other. And they squashed it right there, and no beef. I mean, Monday morning, Tuesday morning, we're at the track again. They're riding together, there's no problem. We've been riding since then. I heard somewhere on the internet that, you know, Brian was trying to fight Jordan and all of these things, and none of that happened. You know, we handle things professionally, we talk it out, and it's fine. I mean, to end the night with Hayden on the podium, he's riding really well and above expectation. For him, yeah, it's great. You know, the horizon looks very, very, very good.
What did you think about his comments in the post-race press conference? Obviously, some people were laughing about it, some people weren't. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't think he knows. I mean, Hayden's young, and he doesn't know how to deal with those situations probably in what we feel is the most professional manner, right? I mean, he's a young kid, he's 17, and he's just trying to figure out, like, how do I deal with this? Like, how do I answer this question without, you know, incriminating myself or looking like worse than I already do or whatever, right? So he just kind of laughed it off, and maybe if he would have owned it and just said, hey man, like, we both want to win, that's all you got to say. I mean, who can argue with they both want to win? And that's really what it boils down to. They both want to win so bad, and they're both similar in speed. I mean, things are gonna happen.
Vincent was just telling us that he's like never seen so many people in the pits and stuff. How has that been, dealing with all the fans?
Yeah, it's unreal. I mean, we'll have, shoot, thousands of people in front of the rig before I go out. It's crazy how a YouTube channel and showing people behind the scenes of my life and can bring so many people to the sport. And that's kind of my big goal, you know, just make this sport bigger and bigger, because it just needs to be bigger, you know. If we can make it bigger, why not?
I don't feel like Hayden lets it bother him at all. You know, he's got a video guy there every day, but he's doing his everyday thing. This guy's just capturing it. It's a very good thing for Star Racing. It's a very good thing for Yamaha. I mean, we've had more fans in our pit than I've ever seen in my life at anybody's pit. Hayden can't walk from the pit to the truck. I mean, he can't go anywhere without me, you know, physically walking him there and protecting him. People will just grab him. It's pretty wild for sure, but I think it's great for everything.
It is motivating seeing all those fans out there supporting you. I love it. It's you feed off that energy too. So, I mean, everyone's kind of accepted it really well, so it's going good.
Did Cooper lining up next to Eli? Is he going to be playing mind games with him? Like you just said, Cooper knows better. Cooper knows that you could say whatever you want to Eli, but on the line, I think talking to Eli is like talking to a wall. He's there for one purpose, and he channels every single thing out. So nothing's going to affect him. No, Eli was really happy with Seattle. I think that was another important race for us to capitalize on. You know, we always sit down and game plan on which races we can capitalize on, because we know where we're good. And you know, I think if you look back in history, Cooper has never eaten a podium in his career at Seattle. So we knew that that was a race that we needed to go out and win. And his main goal is weekend by weekend, and the end goal is this championship. And I think you have to try to put those records behind you, because, you know, obviously every time we get to another race, he could break a record or tie a record, and it's this big thing, and it's all it's talked about. And he's really good at channeling his focus on that race and not the record.
Here we go from the Emerald City. It's the 450 main event. Sexton on the inside line. Not gonna get it.
We need about 2 or 3 more wins, and I think that should seal it. And I don't even know if I could say wins, but we need to beat Cooper 2 or 3 more times. And I think the game plan always, we have to get the start on Cooper. You don't really want to be behind him, because he's going to be hard to pass. He's really good. He's really crafty. But you also don't want him right on your butt, you know, and having him on your butt in the last lap is probably one of the scariest person to be behind you. Not that he's a dirty rider, but he is one of the craftiest riders.
Cooper Webb going to have that inside line, and he takes away, so Eli Tomac loses 2 positions.
Eli's got to do the best that he can. I know it's early on. Oh, nice cross-back move, but Cooper Webb makes a mistake.
Yep.
He's
Eli
not able
gets
to
it back.
Will, what you got?
I don't want to battle either one of them. The reason I don't want to battle Chase is, like I said, he is the fastest guy on the track, and one day it's going to click, and I don't want it to be the day it clicks if we're battling him. But in this situation, I would battle Chase over Cooper, because Cooper is a multi-time champion. Cooper can't be fazed by any mental. Him and Eli, I think I've said this before, are 2 of the mentally strongest people in this industry, and they can't be fazed by anything.
This is going to be his 50th win. Yep. He's going to be tied with the great James Stewart, the second most winningest racer in Monster Energy Supercross history.
That was just a good race for us, and to win that one, I think really got the momentum swinging back our way and made the team really happy.
And for the 50th time in his career, the win goes to Eli Tomac.
It was pretty toasty in here during press.
There's Styles Robertson with the Alpine Star medical team. Tough break for Styles Robertson, the young Monster Energy Yamaha Star Racing rider from Bakersfield, California.